It's a new year, and there's so much to look forward to in 2023. Players around the globe can experience so many exhilarating adventures from the comfort of their sofas. And on February 10th, there's a new one. This is Hogwarts Legacy from Warner Brothers Avalanche Studios. I've really been looking forward to this game, and judging by the amount of pre-orders on Steam, I'm not the only one. And no wonder, it looks absolutely stunning. I'm sure you'll all agree that once the fog of nostalgia clears, it becomes apparent that the guys at Avalanche must have had their work cut out to create such a diverse amount of music and sound for this game. And one of the most important sounds is, of course, the magic itself. So to honour the release of this game, I'll be showing my sound design methods to create a sample library of spell sounds. I'll be using some of my go-to plugins from Krotos Audio to create crisp, detailed spell sounds using Reformer Pro and Weaponiser. Having sample libraries ready to go for future projects can give you a head start on a deadline, or provide you with an extra income by selling your sound libraries online. But before I get into that, let's go back to 2001 and the first game of the franchise, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Due to the constraints of technology, that was the only spell sound in the game. Back then, a single PS1 disc was capable of storing 660 megabytes of data. To put that into perspective, you could buy a 5TB hard drive for about £100 and fit every PS1 title onto it. But limitations aside, I still love this game. It's one of the best-selling PS1 games of all time, simply because there was nothing else like it. Because although there have been some precursors in literature, films and games have never actualised magic like this before. The films explored detailed complexities within the sound design of spells. They all have their own character and purpose, so no spell ever sounds the same. In the first two installments, sound editors Eddie Joseph and Rohan Taylor set steadfast rules for their sound design. Nothing modern.
Hello there.
Nothing futuristic. Nothing electronic. Instead, everything was organic, elemental. In The Prisoner of Azkaban, director Alfonso Cuarón and his team shifted spell sounds into more thematic, character-driven territory. The spells in this film have a fluty, breathy timbre. And then of course there's the Patronus charm, a spell that is cast using the energy of positive emotions and memories. The sound used in the film combines layers of ethereal major key vocals on top of powerful surging sub-frequencies. Okay, so I've just opened up my door. I'm using Ableton. I've got an audio track here with Reformer Pro open. So Reformer Pro, the way it works, right, you've got this mic here and plugged into your interface. The plugin will basically do what a vocoder does. It will take the input signal and then it just transforms your voice into whatever's in the XY pad. So this is really cool for accentuating sounds that have to have a particular attack, decay. Foley is done in no time. It's just a lifesaver. So yeah, Reformer Pro, good plugin. So for my airy spell sound, I've got fiery gestures, windy, air vent in the top left, then I've got bonfire in the bottom left, and then this electromagnetic pickup sound in the right. Whoosh. Wow, that sounds wow. Yeah, wow. I should also mention, within the interface, we can adjust the playback speed. We can increase the response. We can even go into here, fine-tuned adjustments to the threshold, variations, the attack and decay, and the main transients within Reformer Pro. So if I just play what I've majestically mouthed into the mouthpiece. And if I want, I can even use my own sound libraries by going into the analysis tool here, choosing a folder, picking the sample rate, restart the plugin, and then your folder should appear down in the sound library section. So I'm going to continue to experiment and compile my fiery, airy whoosh sounds, and then repeat this process with different elements and synthesize miscellaneous sounds. Okay, so I've got myself a good collection of sounds chopped up and ready to go into Weaponiser. So for this example, I've got a little clip from Hogwarts Legacy, and I'm just going to be using this as our sound design template for this particular demo. And I'll just talk you through Weaponiser, its features, how I'm using it, where all the sounds have been placed, and yeah, show you my process. The interface is categorized into 4 sections for 4 different transients. These are divided into the onset, body, thump, and the tail. These 4 transients contain a further 4 sound banks that can hold another 5 different sounds within them. The purpose of this is to trigger a different sample from each bank, resulting in a limitless palette of different sounds. Here we can arrange each of the transients. The tail is over here, the thump, the body, onset. And then if I solo the onset, you can hear what's going on in there a bit better. And then in the body, I loaded in some more drones, some more like musical stuff. If I just solo that, I can hear that better. Then the thump, we got all the sort of crashing sounds as the spell collides. And then in the tail, lots of textures. We've got some ice going, some fire, that rumbly sound. So if you find that the release on some of your sounds is a bit long, switch to envelope mode and then just duck the release of your desired samples. The reason why every time I trigger this we get a different spell is because of the different sounds we've got in each of our banks. We're also adjusting the pitch, so each time it's triggering we're getting pitch variations within this grey area here, and we can adjust it like that. And you know what, some of these sound pretty good. Like, obviously we can make more surgical adjustments, but I'm already pretty close to getting something that I'm fairly happy with, and it's not taking me hours and hours of sitting in front of the timeline adjusting and reconfiguring things. It's got the effects chains. I can add 4 different effects to each of the transients separately, and that's the beauty of this plugin really. I'm able to have maximum creative control, but then also have lots of happy accidents with all the sample, pitch and volume variations. So with all of my different spell sounds gathered up, that just leaves me to export them, share them, or I can keep them for a rainy day. Thank you for watching, and if you want to learn more about Krotos, then please check them out on their website. They have so many cool plugins and amazing sample libraries available to purchase. So aside from that, have a great day, and I'll see you next time.